Well, a private school's decisions about its students now at the center of a high-profile legal battle in North Carolina. A lawsuit against Charlotte Latin School can now move forward after the North Carolina Supreme Court ruled 5-2 in favor of the parents who say their two kids were expelled in 2021 after they raised concerns about the curriculum and DEI policies. The court revived claims including breach of contract, fraud, unfair and deceptive trade practices, and defamation. That one could really hurt. The ruling does not decide the merits of those claims, but sends the case back to the trial court to get busy. Joining me to discuss is one of those parents and the founder of the Coalition for Liberty, Doug Turpin. Doug, nice to see you today.
Nice to be on your show. Appreciate it.
Well, go ahead and lay it out for us. What are the complaints? What's the foundation of this lawsuit? And this lawsuit obviously moving forward, so the court says it has merit. What is the foundation?
Well, so I was part of a group of 60 plus families that were just simply expressing concerns about a formerly apolitical classical education school that measured children on merit and taught them Judeo-Christian values, suddenly having a picture of Jesus with his throat cut, black blood pooling down his shirt, and the words, "God is dead." Burning Bibles, pictures of burning Bibles in the school, gay sex manuals, pictures of police officers represented as pigs with "all cops are bastards." It was going into a woke indoctrination machine, and they were gaslighting all the parents, telling us nothing had changed. It wouldn't answer any of our questions. Simply, what do you intend to do at this school? And so we went to the board, and the board said, "Oh, we guarantee no retaliation. Please come talk to us and create a presentation so we know what your concerns about." All that is on our family's website, www.honororaboveall.org. And if you put in /culture, you get to see these images I just got through talking about that were in the school. So in retaliation for what we did, they expelled our two young children. We believe it was really obvious. They lured me into a meeting ostensibly to talk about the concerns I had with my son. And, they were telling my son he couldn't go to the bathroom anymore. He couldn't drink water. He was told all Republicans were white supremacists, including your parents, and maybe especially them. And so, when you have your son at story time telling you that he's feeling harassed and that there's something wrong with him for being white, and that he's telling you all of these things that are making him just feel terrible. Like he asked me, "Dad, am I gay?" And I was like, "Why would you ask me that?" And he said,
Here's what I need to know, Doug. Here's what I need to know. How old was your son?
11. So
11 years old. So I want to put a circle around that and highlight it. You've got sex manuals. I don't care if they're gay or straight. That is not appropriate at any level. Doug, let's be honest here. That is not the school's job, not for an 11-year-old, for the love of God, right?
Yeah. And all we wanted to do was have a conversation with them and ask them, "Will you tell us what you're going to do with our children? Because it's obvious things are changing." And the administration kept lying and gaslighting, saying nothing had changed. We're the same school that we always were. So when your son is telling you these stories at story time, you're going to reach out and want to have a conversation with the school. Respectfully, can you go ahead and address our concerns? Well, instead, they told me that they wanted me to come into a meeting with the headmaster. They would never let me tell them what my concerns were. They wouldn't hear from us. And when I get in there, I find out that he says, "Well, you've been plotting against the school. You've been trying to undermine our virtue and all the things that we're doing. So we're going to expel your two children immediately."
Yeah. So this now goes back to the lower court. So you're back in business, and they reinstated all of those claims that had been pushed to the side. I mean, this is serious stuff. Breach of contract, fraud, unfair, deceptive trade practices, and I think the big one here is defamation. You've got a real case here against the school. They've got a real legal problem, don't they?
Yeah, the entire board and the school, after expelling my children, if that wasn't bad enough, they sent out an email to everybody at the school making a completely false statement about what we and the other people in Refocus Latin had said. They said that we claimed that the minority students and minority teachers hadn't earned their place at the school. We never said anything of the sort. And so they wanted to try to brand us as racist, bigots, white supremacists, just all of the normal things, rather than engage in dialogue. Let's go ahead and make everybody afraid, too afraid to raise any more questions or concerns.
Yeah,
And if the private schools had it their way, then you would be afraid if your child reported a terrible and abusive situation to even go talk to them, because they
it's
might just
terrible, Doug.
immediately be able to expel your kids. We sent a
Yeah,
message.
and you,
You cannot do
yeah, you
that
sent a
anymore.
message, all right, and you got to pay for that privilege. Remarkable, Doug Turpin. As the case advances, come back, give us an update. Thank you, sir.
Very much.